Hey folks, it's Matt once again, and this time I review the 2003 remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now this doesn't have the cover because where I got this, it was cheaper to buy it this way, and it still has all the features. It's still the 2 disc that opens up like it's a chainsaw, and has the 2 disc and has like the photos and shit, and 2 disc and all that. Has good features, documentary on the making of the film, stuff like that. Few commentaries actually. But anyway, the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You have a group of kids. It takes place in 1973. Group of kids are going to a concert. They're in a van. You have Jessica Biel and Eric Balfour, their boyfriend girlfriend. Eric Balfour, who I saw in also in Skyline, which I like Skyline. Sue me. Then you also have sort of the, I don't know if you want to call him the comedic guy of the group, but kind of the guy who kind of says what the audience feels, played by this actor Jonathan Tucker, who's in a really shitty film called The Ruins, which you might as well call The Runs, because it's full of shit. Has fucking flowers, a fucking ring, and pretend to be cell phones. Just watch The Ruins. But anyway, he's in there. And he has like a Richard Dreyfuss look, kind of like Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws type of look. Then you also have another boyfriend, girlfriend. You have Mike Vogel, who is in Cloverfield. And the girl is Erica Learson, who I think was in Blair Witch 2. I think. Can't remember now. Blair Witch 2 I just blocked out my mind now. And there's a hitchhiker, and they pick her up. And she's very scared. And she says, don't want to go back there. They're all dead. You can't maybe go back there. And you think she's going to do something between her legs. She pulls out a gun. Boom. Nice camera shot where it goes from their screaming right through the bullet hole out of the van. And then one thing leads to another, you get to the Thomas Hewitt and his family. Thomas Hewitt, aka Leatherface. And you have the sheriff, Hoyt, played by R. Lee Ermey from Full Metal Jacket. And basically the kids have to try to survive and survive Leatherface. Now, I think I actually did see this in a theater. I've forgotten all about it. I don't know how. And to be honest, watching it again, even though this DVD is a little bit fucked up, I bought it at a pawn shop, I believe. I could tell because it's fucked up with scratches. So there's bits and holy shit, there's a lot of scratches. I don't even know you can't tell, but pawn shops around here, there's one pawn shop and they suck ass. They never clean these fucking this, and of course I didn't look and now it's too late. Every one of their fucking things is scratched. But so there are bits that I had to skip over, but I do remember them. But overall, I gotta say, this film, it's not a bad movie. I gotta admit. Marcus Nispel, at least he did not try to make a carbon copy of the original. I give him credit to that. Hitchhiker, totally different type of hitchhiker. Family, it's a different family. Leatherface, definitely. The film Marcus Nispel did is definitely going for a more intense feeling. I will admit that. I don't mind the color scheme in this film. Almost seems like a painting. Almost seems like everything's like painting. So yeah, some good looking shots. Andrew Bernarski, he is not the best Leatherface ever, as he himself considers himself to be the best Leatherface ever. That'd be Gunnar Hansen, but he does what he has to do. I don't mind Jessica Biel in the film. I think she did fine as she's sort of a tomboy and she was raised, but she has a lot of older brothers and Jessica Biel for this role she did fine. I mean, she did what she had to do. And the cast, Arabelle Ford, Jonathan Tucker, they did what they had to do. R. Lee Ermey, watching this again in the prequel, it just feels too much like he's trying to be, Full Metal Jacket type of guy. And that's the thing. I don't even think of him as a character. I just think of him as Full Metal Jacket. It's like I'd rather see Full Metal Jacket. I mean, that's the thing. R. Lee Ermey, you know, I liked him in Seven. The big role he had in Seven. He wasn't trying he's trying to go like Full Metal Jacket. And that's I already saw that. I'd rather see him in Full Metal Jacket then. you know. But I admit there are some definite intense sequences. Um, One thing I mentioned that I thought was the coolest thing. I've looked it up, so apparently this is not bullshit. You know who they originally asked to play the Leatherface in this film? You will not believe it. I didn't. Let me see if I can find DVD. You will not believe who they wanted as Leatherface. This is who they went to. And the guy said no because he wanted to spend time with his family. Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren. They asked Dolph Lundgren to be Leatherface. Dolph Lundgren. Look it up. Yeah, I know this isn't the trivia of the Chainsaw Massacre remake, but look it up and all. Apparently, this is not bullshit. Dolph Lundgren was going to be Leatherface, but he said no because he wanted to spend time with his family, you know. But can you imagine that Dolph Lundgren as Leatherface? That would have been the coolest fucking thing ever. I'm sorry. That would have been the coolest thing ever. Think about this guy as Leatherface. That would have been fucking weird and not cool. Man, that would have been fucking interesting. Dolph Lundgren as Leatherface. That'd be better than. Wow. And I'm like, wow, holy shit. Wouldn't that be weird? From Ivan Drago to Leatherface. Wow. But I couldn't get that out of my mind. Wow. But as for the rest of the film, I don't really have too many problems. I mean, the rest of the family I don't care for. Like I don't care about Arlie Ermy. I don't care about the mom and the guy in the wheelchair, and the fat lady drinking her tea and the skinny lady. I didn't give a fuck about the family. Leatherface when he pops up, okay, like when Mike Voldo and Jester Biel and Leatherface pops up and they run and he gets Mike Voldo's leg, okay. The driver trying to is definitely a step up from the last part four. Part four was so putrid, so fucking. Leatherface was a bitch and a pussy and a pansy. And I understand here gave him his ball. I mean, from part four, it's not. Where else can you go after part four than do a film like this? And then again, it was a good looking film. I didn't. It was a different look than the first film. It didn't copy it. It was trying to be its own thing. I appreciate that. It wasn't trying to steal every fucking thing from the original. I agree with that. The ending, I enjoyed the ending. Just to Biel fuck up Leatherface, cuts his arm off, fucks up Arlie Ermy multiple times. They have like a baby that I guess they've stolen from before, and she goes back and rescues the kid, brings her with her. Um, it's kind of more of an upbeat ending than the original film, which I thought, okay, that's cool. Because every other one of these fucking movies, they want to end with a downbeat and stuff, and I wouldn't say it ends as sequel bait either, because Leatherface gets one arm cut off, and the last time anyone's seen him is from 1973. So it almost seems like, okay, the guy's got one arm, and it seems like she's told people, so the cops are there. Arlie Ermey's dead, so at least they didn't. It's like they weren't trying to do a franchise, and I guess that's why they did a prequel because they knew they couldn't do a sequel. But that's why in this, I'm realizing okay they wanted to make one movie. I give credit to that. Um, Jonathan Tucker, I liked him and his Richard Dreyfuss look. The scene with Arlie Ermy, um, fucking with him, trying to put that gun in your mouth. That was kind of an intense sequence. Um, some I don't know. It reminded me more of Chainsaw Massacre 2. That scene where um, Leatherface is going after Eric Learson while Jessica Biel's in the truck, only because when he turns, he actually has Arabelle For's face. And now it just made me think of that scene in Chainsaw Massacre 2 where uh, they put on Lou Perryman's face onto her. But I thought that was kind of a interesting, fucked up idea that, you know, he's wearing her boyfriend's face on his. It made it sort of a creepy sequence. I mean, the cast did okay. They did what they had to do. It's just the only problems I have is, other than Leatherface, I didn't really care about the family. I didn't care about the guy in the wheelchair. I didn't care about Arlie Ermy. Just didn't really care about them. But other than that, I like the ending. It's cool that they got John Larroquette back, okay, to do the narration at the beginning and the ending. Um, I know it doesn't seem like much of a review, but, I think most people have already seen this. I think that's the thing. I don't need to go 20 minutes into it, but uh, yeah, I mean, I like the movie. I don't love it. Uh, I know this DVD's fucked up. At least the first disc just fucked up. It's all scratched to shit, so yeah, I don't know. I got to watch most of it, other than bits in the middle that I couldn't see. But yeah, I liked it. I didn't mind the look of the film. Leatherface definitely has balls compared to Part 4. I still would love to have seen Dolph Lundgren. He would have been the best Leatherface ever. But yeah, either way, yeah, I liked it. I liked it fine. I like the look of the house, and even from the outside when it's dark out and you see the house silhouette. Good to look at. Jessica Biel, she did a fine job in this film. Hate the score. The score is a piece of shit. Is this Steve Jablonsky who did the score? I think it is. Man, dude, you've done better. You've done better scores and some shit. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking with this. I know the original film doesn't have a score, but hell, Part 2 had a great score. Even Part... Oh, fucking... No, not that movie. I think it is Steve Jablonsky. Yeah. Yeah, it is. His score sucked ass. I'm sorry. In my opinion, it sucked balls. It's a piece of shit score. Kirsten Dunst, Katie Holmes, and Jessica Alba were considered to play Aaron. No, I would not see any of them in that shit. Fuck that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it's not implied in this film that they are cannibals. You never get an idea that they were cannibals. I guess that was their idea of being different. Um, I don't know what people thought about that. Damn, Marilyn Manson was going to do the story. I like the story he did for Resident Evil. That was one of the things I liked about that movie. Um, I just don't. Steve Jablonsky, his story just seemed forgettable, lame. I mean, I know they couldn't read, copy the sound effect technique, I guess, in the first one. But it can't help it. It was a lame story. He does better in like Transformers and stuff like that, but not in horror films. I'm sorry, Steve Jablonsky, you suck at horror films because I think he did the Friday the 13th and Elm Street films, the remake. No, well, did he? Shit, I gotta look that up. Did he do Elm Street? Don't tell me he did. Don't tell me he did the Elm Street remake. Yeah, he did. Did he do Friday the 13th remake as well? Did he do all this shit? Yeah, he did that too. What, did he do Amityville Horror remake? Another shitty store? Shitty movie. He did that too! What the fuck? I'm sorry, dude. All your scores for horror films suck ass. Amityville Horror remake? That score sucks ass. Fucking... Like, they all suck ass. I'm sorry. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street... I mean, all those stores suck my balls, but including this one, the store sucks. But either way, I like the film. Is a It's definitely better than part four. It's definitely better than the prequel. Is it better than part three? I have to say yeah, because I do definitely feel the intensity here more than in part three. My favorite is the first and second one of the Chainsaw Massacre. Then I'd probably give this one and then Leatherface. The prequel and fucking the fucking seven fucking piece of shit part four can kiss my ass. I mean, I know there's people who I did not know there were people who liked part four. I don't know why, but hey, you have every right to like it. In all seriousness, I don't get it. I mean, but there's one guy who said he likes it more than the first film. I don't understand why you like, a pussy ass, pansy ass Leatherface more than the first one, or why you like Jaws 4 more than the first one. But you know what? At least he's honest. I gotta give credit to that. The guy's honest. I'm not gonna mention him because I don't want anyone making fun of the guy because he has a right to his opinion. But at least he wasn't a dick about it too. But I did not know there were fans of Part 4 other than Joe Bob Birds, who I said was high on either LSD or PCP or both. But I don't like Part 4. And but anyway, I do like this film. So unfortunately, next time when I talk about the piece of shit prequel, which I know this other guy, the Count, as I call him, he's a fan of the prequel. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not. And then you'll learn why next time. But either way, thanks for watching and take care. Later.